This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make it with Squarespace. This is an old shed that I'm turning into a beautiful little hand tool workshop. Now, the crown jewel of this shop is going to be the bench. And it's going to be located right where I am standing. So, for this bench build, I mainly want a very sturdy and stable piece. You know, a bench where you can do a lot of chiseling and heavy work and it doesn't really budge. So that's one aspect. Then the other thing, which is a little bit less utilitarian, but I really want to create something beautiful, like a gorgeous workstation that just sets the tone for the entire shop. You know, I built a bench before. It's actually the one that I'm using currently in my big shop, and I built it a couple of years ago back in Oregon. And for that bench, I used framing lumber. And yeah, I think framing lumber is great for that use. I mean, it's affordable, and by laminating the pieces together, you get a very nice work surface, a little soft but still nice. So I used 2x6s, which I ripped in half and then planed and glued up. And yeah, this was before I had a lot of clamps to work with, so I actually used metal rods as clamps. Which, by the way, is a neat little trick if you need clamping power but don't have anything that long. Works great. And yeah, this bench has been a real workhorse, and I've built a lot of things on that. But over the years, as I've been working on it, I've been kind of dreaming about a hardwood bench. You know, where the whole piece is a bit more substantial. In fact, I'm actually planning 2 bench builds right now, one for the small shop and one for the big shop. And they're going to be sized differently, but what they both have in common is hardwood. Oh, really? So I went out to Hackett's Lumberyard in Palmyra, Virginia, not too far from where I live. Very nice family-run business. They mostly work with slabs. But I came home with a whole bunch of rough sawn oak. Now, I realize oak is not the most common choice for a workbench. More frequently, you might see ash or hickory or maple, that kind of thing. And oak does have open pores, so it is a bit of a compromise. But on the other hand, I really like oak. It is beautiful, it's very solid, and just imagine a top made out of quarter-sawn pieces. So a big thing here is to make the workbench functional and practical, not so small that it's not workable, yet not so big that it takes over the entire space either. This is 60 by 22 inches. So, I have all these rough sawn boards, and now I need to mill up all the wood. Of course, you could purchase wood for a project like this that's already milled up and ready to go. But rough sawn is going to be a lot cheaper if you want to go the route of hardwood. So it will be cheaper, but obviously it's also going to be a lot more work. So what I'm doing here is finding the best section to use on each board. And the top will have a final length of 5 feet, so I'm cutting up 6 feet long pieces. Of course, I'm showing one board here, but there are actually quite a few to do, because one thing about making a bench like this is the fact that it actually requires quite a lot of wood. Like more than you might initially think, especially when you mill it down and, you know, you realize that you don't get as much out of it as you might think. Now the top alone requires a good amount of wood, and the base as well, especially if you want pretty thick pieces. So the design that I'm going for is a 4-inch thick split top roubo. And you know, you hear that term roubo being thrown around. Every now and then you might hear Nicholson, you might even hear Scandinavian inspired as well. Now, as far as I can tell, roubo equals heavy, uses more wood, more mass is involved. Nicholson, made with aprons on the sides, uses less wood to build, thinner top. Scandinavian design, mostly different take on the position of the vise, and the base is designed different as well. So what I want is a slightly undersized bench that is designed for this space. I want it to be a very solid, very sturdy, practical bench with one vise. I don't think I'm gonna go with 2 vices, just the one vise, a leg vise. Split top roubo. Partly is because I think that may just be easier to bring into the space as opposed to a full-size top. So if it's split, it will be a little bit lighter to bring in. And yeah, I'm gonna pause myself right there because there are a couple of reasons why I'm now thinking split top. Yes, obviously the weight. A 4-inch thick top made out of oak will be super heavy, and I'm going to build it in the other shop and then transport it into this shop to assemble. And having 2 10-inch wide sections as opposed to one 22-inch wide section will make life a lot easier. Now, 2, and this reason is pretty major as well, I'll be able to run each section through my planer. That's a big reason. 3, I think it will be nice to have a place in the middle of the bench to keep tools when you're working. And 4, I've been thinking it might be nice to add some walnut accents to this bench, and having a walnut piece in the middle would be perfect. I would like a sliding dead man. And yeah, storage underneath, still debating about that exactly. So yeah, this space still has a little bit ways to go. Still have to drywall, put in the floor. But the bench is going to take some time, so I figured why not start right now. So this board and most of the boards that I have are too wide for my jointer, so I'm using the hand plane to get the piece basically flat, and once I get it to that point I can use the planer. I must say it feels quite different being in a shop with machines like a jointer and a planer, and having those tools definitely makes it easier to get rough sawn wood for a project like this, especially just because you need so much of it. However, I mean, I've gotten plenty of rough sawn wood for projects in the past, and if I didn't have these tools, I would still probably go this route. You just have to be prepared for a bunch more hand planing and just physical work in general. But it sure is nice to be able to get this step done in, I don't know, a couple of days compared to, what, a couple of weeks if you were doing it all by hand? Something like that. So this planer is pretty new in my shop. It's 15 inches wide, which means I will be able to plane those 10-inch tops once I have them glued up. And again, you could obviously just use a hand plane and sand that as well, but since I have this tool I might as well use it. And I have the helical carbide cutters and the finish is pretty incredible. Now, what I'm thinking about next is cutting this wood into sections and then turning it up for glue up, which will give me that quarter sawn surface with, you know, the little shimmer, which is so gorgeous. Now, at first I was actually thinking of making this top 3 inches thick, because I think that would certainly be, you know, thick enough in terms of weight. It would still be very substantial. But then I was thinking, I don't know, since I'm doing this, I might as well go 4 inches. I have the wood to use, so why not? Then I think I'll do 4x4s for legs and probably 3-inch wide rails and stretchers. For the base, I'm going to do draw-boarded mortise and tenon joinery and lag the top to the base. And yeah, look at that, you can really see how bowed that piece is, which doesn't really matter, I mean, because it's flat when it's going in the planer, so it doesn't matter that it is bowed. You know, you get the one side flat and then you can turn it around and then do the bowed side, and you get a really nice piece in the end. So when you think about it, there are quite a few steps to making a workbench, a lot of work, but it's gonna be nice, plus it's something that you have for years and years to come. Now, what's not a lot of work is setting up a beautiful Squarespace website. You see the segue I did there? Yes. Now, I want to thank Squarespace for supporting my channel. And if you've been thinking of starting a new project or finally getting a website or shop set up now as fall is starting, then I would highly recommend Squarespace. Yes, they are supporting this video, but I have been using their system for years, like way before I started working with them. And I really like how sleek and simple their system is to use. They have beautiful templates, a great e-commerce system. Oh, and yeah, by the way, I am hoping to open up my shop soon again. So make sure to head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Darbin Orvar for 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, look how beautiful. That is just gorgeous.
And that's what you look like top. And the all horizontal.